The sun dipped low over Los Angeles International Airport as Alex Harrington strolled through the exclusive first-class lounge. With his tailored suit, Italian leather shoes, and designer watch glinting in the evening light, Alex radiated the confidence of a man who believed he had conquered the world, or at least his small corner of it. A self-made entrepreneur, Alex had made millions in the tech world. He enjoyed reminding people of it, too. Success, in his mind, wasn't just something you achieved, it was something you flaunted. As the boarding call came for the first-class passengers of Flight 723 to New York, Alex strode to the gate, savoring the envious glances from economy passengers. He flashed a smug smile as he handed his boarding pass to the gate agent, who greeted him warmly. Stepping into the luxurious first-class cabin, Alex quickly assessed the passengers. Most looked like his kind of people, business moguls, high-earning executives, and the occasional celebrity. But one man stood out, seated just across the aisle. The man was dressed in a plain black t-shirt, faded jeans, and sneakers that looked far too ordinary for first class. He carried no designer luggage, just a simple carry-on bag and a slim notebook tucked under his arm. His presence struck Alex as odd, almost out of place. Probably some tech nerd who cashed out early, Alex thought, suppressing a smirk. Bet he doesn't even know how to spend it right. Alex took his seat, reclining comfortably as the flight attendants moved about preparing for takeoff. Across the aisle, the casually dressed man scribbled in his notebook, oblivious to the world around him. As the plane ascended into the clouds, Alex couldn't resist striking up a conversation with the flight attendant. He spoke loudly, ensuring his words carried across the aisle. "Ah, first class," Alex said, swirling his pre-flight champagne. "Nothing like a reward for years of hard work, right?" The flight attendant smiled politely, but Alex noticed the man across the aisle hadn't even looked up. Irritated, Alex decided to draw him into the conversation. "Hey, buddy," Alex called out, leaning toward the man. "First time in first class?" The man looked up, his expression neutral. "No, not my first time." Alex raised an eyebrow. "Really? You don't look like the type to fly first class often. What do you do?" The man hesitated, then replied, "I'm in tech." Alex chuckled. "Of course. Everyone's in tech these days. Let me guess, an app developer. Maybe crypto." "Something like that," the man said, returning to his notebook. Alex smirked, sensing an opportunity to showcase his own achievements. "Well, I'm in tech too. Started my own company a few years back, scaled it to 8 figures. Not an easy feat, you know. Takes vision, strategy, and a lot of hard work. You can't just stumble into success." The man glanced up again, his expression unreadable. "That's impressive," he said simply. Encouraged by what he perceived as admiration, Alex continued. "Yeah, it's all about staying ahead of the game. Innovation isn't just luck, it's a skill. Some people think they can just coast by on one good idea, but those types burn out fast. Real success requires grit." The man smiled faintly but didn't respond. Alex interpreted the silence as awe and leaned back in his seat, satisfied. As the flight progressed, Alex kept up his monologue, occasionally glancing at the man to ensure he was listening. But the man's calm demeanor and lack of engagement began to irk him. "What's your name, anyway?" Alex finally asked. "Elon," the man replied casually, returning to his notebook. "Elon, huh?" Alex said, rolling the name around in his head. "Well, Elon, let me give you some advice, free of charge. If you're serious about making it in this industry, you've got to think big. Don't settle for small projects. Aim for something groundbreaking." Elon raised an eyebrow, then nodded slightly. "I'll keep that in mind." The flight attendant returned with drinks, handing a glass of sparkling water to Elon. "Here you go, Mr. Musk," she said warmly. The name hit Alex like a lightning bolt. His jaw dropped, and he stared at the man across the aisle, his brain scrambling to process what he had just heard. "Elon Musk?" Alex stammered. Elon gave him a small, knowing smile. "That's right." Alex's face turned beet red. He felt the eyes of nearby passengers turning toward him, some of them clearly suppressing laughter. I didn't realize," Alex began, his voice faltering. Elon held up a hand, his expression still calm. It's fine. Everyone has their perspective. Desperate to salvage the situation, Alex blurted, I mean, you're a legend. Tesla, SpaceX, Neuralink, you've done it all. I'm a huge fan. Elon chuckled softly. Thanks. And I appreciate the advice about thinking big. I'll definitely keep it in mind. For the rest of the flight, Alex sat in mortified silence, occasionally sneaking glances at Elon, who had returned to his notebook, completely unbothered. As the plane descended into New York, Alex mustered the courage to speak one last time. Listen, Mr. Musk, about earlier, I didn't mean to come off as arrogant. I really respect what you've done. Elon smiled, his tone light. No worries. It was an interesting conversation. Good luck with your company. Alex nodded, feeling both humbled and grateful. When the flight landed, Alex watched as Elon exited the plane, surrounded by curious passengers and crew. He knew this encounter would haunt him for years, a humbling reminder that no matter how successful you think you are, there's always someone who's achieved far more, often with far less ego. Later that evening, Elon Musk tweeted. Interesting chat on a flight today. Reminder, success is not loud, and humility goes a long way. Also, aim big, small thinkers will always advise otherwise. Alex saw the tweet and sighed. Lesson learned.